Welcome, everyone. My name is Meredith. I'm happy to be here with you tonight to practice some Metta meditation. Is anybody here for the first time, new to meditation or new to Metta meditation? Good. You're a little new, okay. Before we get started meditating tonight, I want to take a few minutes to share some of the things that have really helped me with Metta meditation. When I first got introduced to loving kindness meditation, I thought it was going to be a really easy experience. But what I actually encountered was some difficulty and some confusion, and then some frustration because it wasn't as easy as I thought it was going to be. In fact, I was pretty sure Metta meditation wasn't the kind of meditation I wanted to do. So I mainly just stuck with my Zen practice. But here's the weird thing. As time went on, and I learned more about meditation and Buddhist practice in general, it became pretty clear to me that loving kindness meditation was something that I actually needed to practice. Because within this practice, there's a great opportunity to cultivate some of the qualities that end up making life a lot easier to live. So loving kindness or Metta is one of the 4 Brahma Viharas in Buddhism. The 4 Brahma Viharas are also known as the divine abodes, the 4 immeasurables, or the 4 boundless qualities. These 4 emotional states are loving kindness, compassion, equanimity, and sympathetic joy. And they're seen as interconnected and mutually reinforcing positive, beneficial virtues. They're called the immeasurables because they're meant to be cultivated without limit for the benefit of all beings. These 4 virtuous emotional states, they're fundamental qualities of the heart and mind that Buddhists cultivate to promote well-being for themselves and others, and they're seen as supremely beneficial ways to interact with the world. They help us to cultivate and feel connection, and they help us to experience our interconnectedness with all beings. For me, they also helped me to get really clear about what I was feeling, which helped me push past some of the confusion and frustration I experienced in the beginning. For example, I found it really difficult to send genuine loving kindness to individuals in the world I knew caused great harm to other people. I just couldn't get past it. Understanding the 4 Brahma Viharas helped me become aware of what I was actually feeling so I could slowly make the mental adjustments necessary to get closer to the pure, genuine loving kindness. So here's what I learned that helped me with my awareness. Each of the Brahma Viharas has what's referred to as a near enemy and a far enemy, and I'll explain those in a minute. And when we look at our practice in terms of understanding these enemies, our understanding of each virtue becomes more clear. And when we're able to practice and look at ourselves more clearly, we guide ourselves toward a more true practice of each quality. So tonight, as we do our loving kindness meditation, know that we're going to be cultivating our own compassion, equanimity, sympathetic joy, and our capacity for loving kindness. To be clear about what we're experiencing, let's talk for a second about those near and far enemies. So first, we have loving kindness. So if you think about loving kindness being over here, the far enemy of loving kindness is ill will. You think of it as the opposite. The far enemy is the opposite. Now, the near enemy is where things get a little more complicated because the near enemy is sentimentality. So sometimes we think we're practicing loving kindness or we're feeling loving kindness, but what we're actually feeling is sentimentality. And our sentimentality is like our own emotional experience of another person or another group of people. And what we're practicing in loving kindness is cultivating the feeling of loving kindness regardless of our relationship to the meditation object or the person or group that we're thinking about. So sentimentality it's close, it's adjacent, but it's not actually what we're trying to do. So keep that in mind. The next is compassion. The far enemy of compassion over here is cruelty, the opposite. Most people don't have any trouble differentiating between compassion and cruelty. But the near enemy is pity. So sometimes you think you're feeling compassion, but what you're actually feeling is pity. Pity is you recognize someone else's misfortune, and kind of that's where it stops. Compassion is recognizing somebody else's suffering, wanting that suffering to end, and then the next step is what can we do to end it? So it motivates you to action. So again, that close enemy of pity, we might recognize somebody else's misfortune or suffering, but nothing else happens past that. The next is sympathetic joy. So the far enemy is jealousy. Sympathetic joy, which is basically witnessing good things, happiness or joy in another person, and just feeling that happiness, that pure happiness and joy for them without your own emotions attached. So the far enemy of sympathetic joy is jealousy, which seems pretty obvious. The near enemy, though, is hypocrisy. And that one gets complicated because sometimes something good happens for somebody else and the words are coming out of your mouth. Oh, isn't that great for you? You got a new car, you got a raise, you got a new job. But what you're feeling inside doesn't completely align. So there's that little undertow, that stickiness, that is an unbridled sympathetic joy simply for the other person without your own feelings being involved. And the last one is equanimity, which is mental calmness or composure, evenness of temper, especially during difficulty or stress. It's really emotional regulation, and it's sprinkled with a little bit of impartiality. So the far enemy of equanimity is hatred. In equanimity, we recognize and see and feel all the emotions, all the good and the bad. We're just not on the roller coaster of those emotions. We recognize them, we see them, but we're not swept away by them or destroyed by them. In the far enemy of hatred, we're consumed. Hatred is all consuming. You're angry, you can't even see straight. So the close enemy, the one that gets complicated, is indifference. Sometimes when we think we're experiencing equanimity, that even steadiness, what we're actually experiencing is indifference because the other person or the other group of people doesn't really mean anything to us. So we can remain calm because we're detached from them. So keeping those enemies in mind, we're going to practice the Metta meditation and see if the awareness of the near and far enemies of the four Brahma Viharas helps us get a little bit closer to cultivating that pure loving kindness, regardless of who we're sending our meditation to. So we're going to try and practice the wish for happiness and well-being for ourselves and for all beings. We're going to extend goodwill and friendliness as a boundless, unconditional love that does not depend on ideal circumstances. So I think tonight I want to try something a little different than what we often do, is I want to break the meditations into 3 parts. And I'd like for you to notice, if you could, how or if your experiences change as the meditation objects, the person or group of people changes. So regardless of your relationship to the meditation object or the feelings that you have that are associated with them, I'd like for you to observe what it feels like to try to send the very same loving kindness. It gets harder than you think. As we move through the groups, just do your best to notice what you're experiencing and try to maintain that same level of loving kindness. When we take our short breaks, we can look at what's coming up for us or ask questions. First, we're going to send loving kindness to ourselves, because it all starts with yourself. If you find this difficult, just do the best, most gentle concentration you can, and don't worry, because in the next part, we're going to shift our focus and send our loving kindness to someone or a group of people that we find easy to love. That's pretty easy for most of us. Then we're going to take a short break. And then in the next meditation, we'll start with a neutral person or group that we don't have strong positive or negative feelings about. And then we'll move to somebody or a group of people that we find difficult to love. So this difficulty is something that you're going to have to define for yourself. And depending upon your experience with metta meditation or how you're feeling tonight, you can decide how difficult or challenging you want that to be for yourself. And then we'll take another short break. And then finally, we're going to expand our meditation to include all people, animals, sentient beings, and however that manifests for you in your mind. And then the second part of that meditation will expand again to the whole world or the whole universe. A little fair warning, some people find these last 2 categories to be really challenging because of their vastness. But don't worry, by the time we get there, I think you might be surprised that the vastness actually offers you some ease and maybe even a sense of freedom. So I will guide us as we begin, and you can trust my voice to guide you through each transition. Before we begin, find a seated posture that you can sit comfortably in for the duration of the meditation. Make sure that you can keep your spine fairly straight and that you're as comfortable as possible. As we begin, if you'd like, you can gently close your eyes. If closing the eyes doesn't work for you for any reason, you're welcome to just direct your gaze downward. Now, whether your eyes are open or closed, begin to notice any area of your body that's holding tension. Try to soften and release any tension that you're holding on to. Come into your body and allow yourself to settle into this space. Let's start by taking 3 slow, deep breaths together. And when you're ready, return to the normal rhythm of your breath. Begin to gently notice the flow of your natural breath going in and out through the nostrils or in and out through the mouth. There's no need to modify your breath. Just stay with your natural breath. Notice your posture. While remaining comfortable, try keeping the crown of your head reaching up toward the sky, your back straight, and your shoulders relaxed. Once you're ready, begin to think of and visualize yourself. Imagine or picture yourself in your mind in any way that feels good for you. It doesn't matter how you picture yourself. You can visualize yourself as a child or as you are today. There's no right or wrong way. Just do whatever comes to you. If you're having difficulty visualizing an image, try instead to conjure a feeling or a sense of yourself. Whatever has come to you, hold on to it and repeat to yourself in your mind, may I be safe and happy. May I be healthy. May I live with ease and gratitude. May I be safe and happy. May I be healthy. May I live with ease and gratitude. I be safe and happy. May I be healthy. May I live with ease and gratitude. Now gently let that visualization of yourself go and bring to mind a person or a group of people that you find very easy to love or that you care for deeply. Maybe it's someone who's cared deeply for you. It can be anyone who easily brings up feelings of love and kindness. It doesn't matter how this person or group comes to your mind, whether you visualize them or conjure a sense of them. There's no right or wrong way. Just take them into your mind, stay with them, and repeat to yourself, may you be safe and happy. May you be healthy. May you live with ease and gratitude. May you be safe and happy. May you be healthy. May you live with ease and gratitude. May you be safe and happy. May you be healthy. May you live with ease and gratitude. Would anybody like to share or comment on the difficulty or ease that you had actually visualizing an image or conjuring a feeling or sense of yourself or your loved one? Is one easier than the other? Did anybody have any issues sending love and kindness to themselves? Did you find that easier or harder than sending it to someone that you know that you love or care for? How about separating your own feelings or sentiments when it came to sending love and kindness to somebody that you love or care for deeply? Were you able to separate your own feelings and send them loving kindness simply for them, separate of your own feelings? I see your head nodding back there. Good. Okay, should we move on and try the next meditation? It's not to spend too much time outside of meditation. Okay, now we're going to expand our experience outward a little bit more. So find your sitting posture that you're comfortable with. And we'll begin. Come back into your practice. Once again, you may close your eyes if you're comfortable. Keep your eyes slightly open. Whatever you choose, soften, come back to your breath. Taking 3 deep breaths slowly. And now, returning to your natural breath, easily breathing in and out. When you're ready, gently come to imagine someone or a group of people you have neutral feelings about. Maybe you don't know them well. Maybe you really don't know them at all. Maybe you see them around sometime at a store or a restaurant. Or maybe they're completely unknown to you somewhere in the world. A person you saw once, or a famous person you've heard of that you don't like or dislike. It can be anyone who doesn't bring up strong positive or negative emotions for you. Visualize them or conjure a sense of them. Hold that vision or sense of them in your mind and extend to them the same exact wishes of loving kindness. May you be safe and happy. May you be healthy. May you live with ease and gratitude. May you be safe and happy. May you be healthy. May you live with ease and gratitude. May you be safe and happy. May you be healthy. May you live with ease and gratitude. And now gently let the image of your neutral person go and begin to visualize or conjure a sense of a person or a group of people that you find difficult to love or who bring up difficult or negative feelings for you. It can be anyone, and you can decide how much of a challenge you want to make this for yourself tonight. Visualize them or conjure a sense of them. Hold them in your mind. Extend to them the same exact wishes of love and kindness. And repeat to yourself, may you be safe and happy. May you be healthy. May you live with ease and gratitude. May you be safe and happy. May you be healthy. May you live with ease and gratitude. May you be safe and happy. May you be healthy. May you live with ease and gratitude. easier? Harder? Did your mind require any different type of conjuring or visualizing as the meditation object got less friendly?
I found that my mind was less friendly. It's the opposite. I would like quip a little bit. It's like, be happy and healthy, but you already are, like.
Yes, a little bit of that hypocrisy creeping in. It's hard. I struggle with it myself all the time. How about any indifference or pity? Any of that come up for anybody? Indifference with the neutral person. You see head shaking. Yeah. It's interesting to recognize it when it's happening and then just try to correct course, which is what I like about loving kindness meditation. Like with Zen meditation, thoughts come and we they come and they go. We just let them come and go, but we don't really think about them. We just let things come up. But with this, you can actually acknowledge what's happening for you, your feelings, what's happening, what you're experiencing. And then course correct once you recognize what it is. If it's not that even loving kindness that has no attachment to your relationship, to the person or group that you're thinking of, then you become aware of that and course correct. Okay, let's move on to the final meditation. And we're going to expand our experience outward even more. Find your sitting posture. And we'll begin again. Come back into your practice. Once again, you may close your eyes if comfortable, or keep your eyes slightly open. Whatever you choose, soften, settle in, and take 3 deep breaths slowly. Coming back to your natural breath, easily breathing in and out. When you're ready, gently come to imagine all people, animals, and sentient beings, however that manifests for you in your mind, in any way you can picture it. This can be challenging, but give yourself a minute to try. It might be more of a sense of all beings rather than a clear image. Whatever it is, try to follow whatever's coming to you. Hold on to it and extend the same exact wishes of loving kindness by repeating to yourself, may all beings be safe and happy. May all beings be healthy. May all beings live with ease and gratitude. May all beings be safe and happy. May all beings be healthy. May all beings live with ease and gratitude. May all beings be safe and happy. May all beings be healthy. May all beings live with ease and gratitude. Now gently let the image or feeling of all sentient beings go and expand outward a little bit more to include our whole planet or even the whole universe if you like. Whatever you feel is right for you tonight. Again, whatever or however you feel comfortable visualizing this, whether it's an image or a feeling or a sensation, give yourself a minute to adjust outward and expand. When you're ready, hold on to what's come to you and repeat to yourself, may we all be happy and safe. May we all be healthy. May we all live with ease and gratitude. May we all be happy and safe. May we all be healthy. May we all live with ease and gratitude. May we all be happy and safe. May we all be healthy. May we all live with ease and gratitude. So after expanding out as far as you could, did anybody feel a sense of ease because of the vastness, or was the expansion challenging?
It was easier.
Easier.
Yeah, just because it was so broad. And then we have specifics.
Stop fighting it.
Yeah.
Just relax into the bigness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also like the second one felt like, I don't know, all the other ones were kind of like me and very specific object. It felt like it was like here and here, you know? And then the last one felt more like I was just like radiating outward, not really thinking in terms of just like this kind of
It's easier for you to let go of your own feelings, your
Yeah.
own sentimentality and connection to the meditation object as you got out even further.
Yeah.
Anybody else? Does anybody have any questions? So I think for me, what's been most notable about this practice is it's helped me to recognize the value of cultivating that equanimity, that emotional regulation. And like I said before, when I first started practicing metta meditation, I wasn't really surprised how easy it was for me to send loving kindness to the people that I already loved, or to those that I even had neutral connections to. And I didn't really have too much trouble sending loving kindness to myself, although some people do really struggle with sending loving kindness to themselves. But I was really thrown by how difficult it was for me to send the same easily generated loving kindness to people that I didn't particularly like, or to people who I knew to cause a lot of harm to other people. So through the practice, I learned how to look at how and where I was holding judgment. And I started to become aware of the views that I was clinging to. But it really helped me to understand those near and far enemies of the four Brahmaviharas, because they acted like boundaries or guideposts, so I was more easily able to recognize my own feelings and hone in on the impartial, boundless loving kindness, regardless of my relationship to the meditation object. And like anything else, the more that we practice something and exercise that muscle, the easier it is to use that muscle. And that's the whole point, to be able to cultivate this loving kindness and take it out into our everyday lives, into every interaction that we have. So we're running out of time. I'd like to leave you with this. For me, this practice is naturally leading to a greater development of equanimity, better emotional regulation, openness, and acceptance when challenging experiences arise, and that's my wish for all of you. So thank you for sharing your practice with me tonight. I'd like to close with a dedication of merit. If you're comfortable, please bring your palms to heart center. May the benefit of this practice be transferred to all beings in all directions. May all beings be at peace and free from suffering. May any merit gained from this practice be transferred to Pam during her time of suffering, and to Mark and the rest of her family as they support and love her. Thanks for sharing your practice, everybody. I think Anna's got some announcements before we head out tonight.
Okay, hello everyone, I'm tonight's host Anna. I'll try to get up there. We opened the Dharma Bum Temple 18 years ago to introduce Buddhist practice to those who show up. Those who lead are not nuns, monks, gurus, masters, or teachers, and are not looking for students. They are simply practitioners sharing their interpretation of the practice. Every night we have different classes led by different people from various Buddhist traditions. We have a recovery sangha that meets several times a week for anyone with addiction, and our food redistribution program is every Thursday at 4:30 p.m. We have classes and programs every day.